As you can see, it's very, very frosty outside. Lots of low mist. You know, the sun's trying its hardest to burn through it. But at the moment, very, very cold. I've had to come out and defrost the car early because I take my son to college. Yep, it is very cold. It's -3 degrees this morning. There's my son, trying to get the ice off the wing mirrors, ready for me to take him to college. He's not doing a bad job. Let's see how he does on the other one. Yes, he's doing rather a good job. Making slightly hard work of it, but he's getting there. I mean, just rub it with your hand. Come on. It'll melt a lot quicker. It's only thin. Yep, so car's nice and warm now to take him off to college. Hopefully, by the time I get back, the sun will have burned all through the mist and I might be able to take the drone up from my front garden. We will wait and see. Yeah, I agree. It is really cold today. Yep, so there's the sun burning through this winter type of day, although we're still technically in autumn. Hopefully it will all be good in an hour or two. But that's how bad it is with the mist. Look, you can only just see that building there. Tower block. Usually without that mist there, it's very clear and you can see it as clear as day. This is the bridge going over the River Irwell. So yeah, the weather did improve, so I was able to take the drone up. It burned off that cold, misty morning very well, in fact. You will still see how cold it is when I take the drone up.
Attitude mode. Fly with caution. Max altitude reached.
Just going through a few checks to make sure I've got the return to home altitude
Home
set
updated.
proper. I agreed to take full liability for flying in this area. I am allowed, by the way, to fly the drone in this area, but obviously I need to be careful. So this was the mistake I made. I made the mistake of not checking whether I had my SD card put into my drone, which, as you can see on the top left, I didn't. And I don't notice this for a good minute or so. You will instantly know the moment that I realised that I had forgot to put the SD card in. As you can still see that mist over in the distance. Yep, that's the River Irwell that you can see below me. Going through Salford. This is Peel Park that we are going into now, with the AstroTurf that was built for the Salford University. I like icing all over the fields, as you can see. Yep. This was the
Return to
moment.
home.
This was the moment I noticed that I didn't have the SD card in. So I am now coming back to my garden, where I will put the SD card in and then start all over again. The big white building you see in the top centre of your screen there, that's the Riverview Primary School. It's not been there that long. That used to be a row of houses. I should know that because I used to live there before they tore it all down and built that school.
Landing.
So just land this drone now. I took it out of the return to home automatic landing hands because with me landing in my garden, I've got trees around and I don't want the drone to hit any of them trees, because although the drone is quite accurate on the return to home, it's not 100% accurate, so it could you know, go a few degrees off course and end up in the tree, which is just inside my neighbour's garden, which you will see. Yep, you can see it now coming up the tree, so I have to be careful that it misses that tree. Which is why I couldn't afford to let it return to home automatically. There's a lot of obstacles in my garden, to be honest. All the grandchildren's toys.
Landing.
Yep, let's try again with the SD card inside. So here I am, putting the SD card inside the drone and ready to start once again. Yes, I am ready for Christmas. You've seen the tree in the corner. All ready for Christmas time. Out into the garden and off we go for a flight around Salford, Manchester. The immediate area that I'm in at the moment is Lower Broughton, which is Broughton area of Salford.
Take off. Home point updated.
So off I go, making sure that I avoid these trees, because there is a lot of obstacles around near my house. Now I'm flying off towards Peel Park once again. As you can see, the River Irwell. You're looking straight forward towards Salford Shopping Centre, which is where I would end up if I carry on going straight forward. So them buildings on your left, the big tall buildings, that's student accommodation that has also recently been built for the students of Salford University, which today they're all having their graduation day. I drove past there taking my son to college and I could see them all in their graduation outfits. So a few happy people there today. So you are now looking towards Frederick Road, which is going up towards Salford Shopping City. The green building you can see straight ahead is a refuge building, where a refuse, I should say. You know where your bins go. When you get your bins emptied, it all goes there. And then it gets transported from there to landfill. There's another building in the process of being built just to the right. I think that is more student accommodation. To be honest, it's mostly student accommodation in Salford. Now,
Return to home.
yes, I've made the drone return to home air simply because I started to lose signal. As you can see, because I live in a town, there's lots of obstacles in the way, and obviously there will be obstacles in the way because of where I'm flying my drone from. I don't actually return the drone to home, I return it to that basic vicinity just so I can get my signal back, which is what I always do for safety reasons when it comes to, you know, the drone. I don't want to lose the drone, so I will always do this. So we are now basically flying over the back of where I live. If I carried on this course, I would fly basically towards Manchester town centre. You can see Manchester town centre, top right of this image is Manchester's town centre. There's the school, bottom left, as I was talking about. The building to your right, the big grey building, that's a Lidl supermarket that has recently been built. There's a lot of things been recently built in Salford of late. Just like all those buildings to the left of those trees, they're all residential houses that have just recently been built too. You can see all the mist still hanging about due to the weather, due to it being cold. It actually looks really nice, to be fair. Looks really nice. That is a really, really, really nice view. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely stunning view of Manchester town centre. Manchester city centre right there. Covered by all the mist. An amazing city. Covered in mist. Obviously, I don't want to fly too close to Manchester city centre because I think it's got some restrictions on it. So I have to be careful where I fly towards Manchester. I don't want to break no aviation laws. Now, the building you see directly in front of you is the infamous Strangeways prison. Formerly known as Strangeways, it is now known as HMP Manchester. I'm sure it's known around the world when it had the famous riots in the late 80s or early 90s. I also have to watch how close I get to this because obviously that will be a restricted area and the airspace around it will be monitored. So I am on Zoom now, so you may think I'm close to it, but I'm not.
Max altitude reached.
I am actually zoomed in. I am a good distance away from it. Yep, so that's HMP Manchester, formerly known as Strangeways. Now you are seeing the Manchester city centre. amazing view, an absolute amazing view. I live so close to Manchester City Centre. Now I was enjoying this scenery that much that I forgot to take the gimbal back out of zoom mode, so I was flying back towards my home still in zoom mode, so the quality is not going to be tremendous. Apologies for that, but still it does look rather nice. And obviously the sound that you hear is from me on the ground. This is not coming from the drone because the drone does not have a microphone on it. You will hear the sound that I am hearing from ground level, which is why you might think it sounds a bit different and you should be getting different sounds flying. Nope, the drone does not have a microphone on it. You are hearing what I am hearing from ground level, where I am stood flying this drone. I am doing this video today with narration because one of my subscribers said it would be nice if I would narrate over the video and point out important landmarks and places so he knew what and where they were, because the guy that wanted the narration, he lives in Australia, so you know he's seeing buildings etc from the UK and he's not used to that. So I'm doing this for you, Dave. I hope you enjoy this video. Yep, so I'm more or less back over the house where I live. So as you can see, this is basically the area around where I reside. It's nice, it's got its urban areas and then it's got the big town, which is Manchester, just over there in the distance. Now believe it or not, that is only 1 mile away from my house. But that looks so spectacular. That is a view and a half. That is amazing. Now one thing I am disappointed at is I didn't take a snapshot while I was up there. I am devastated. That was a fantastic opportunity gone a begging, but I'm sure I will get more in the near future. Now I zoomed in a bit here just to, you know, keep my neighbours' back gardens out of the video because I don't think they'd appreciate me showing you their property, as you can see, hence why I put this segment into the video. Yep, got to be respectful when up there in the air. So now I am back over my front garden. Obviously you can see the neighbours' front gardens, but so can the postman when he goes delivering the mail. So just basically keep all my neighbours' back gardens private and respect that it's their property. So there's me, stood there in my front garden, landing the drone manually as to not hit any trees. I'm still a novice. Yes, there I am, waving. Hello everybody, hi! And there you will see my drone shadow as it's coming into land. I've still not named my drone yet, so if anyone's got any suggestions, then please, what would you like me to call a drone? I may put a poll on my YouTube and suggest a few names and see which one comes out on top. Anyway, thank you for watching this video on my quick fly around Manchester, Salford, Broughton, etc. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more like this. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now, everybody.